Hey, what's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Tech Guild channel, your ultimate destination for all things tech. We bring you the coolest and most mind-blowing tech content out there. Alright, my tech-savvy friends, before we jump into the fascinating world of 6G, let's take a quick trip down memory lane and see how wireless technology has evolved over the years. So, starting with 1G, way back in the 80s, we had these brick-like cell phones that could only make calls and had the call quality of, like, talking through a tin can. Then came 2G in the 90s, which introduced the magic of text messaging, OMG, right? And even a bit of internet access. Moving on to 3G in the early 2000s, we got faster data speeds and the ability to surf the web on our phones. Next up, 4G made its debut in 2009, bringing us lightning-fast data speeds, HD video streaming, and the rise of smartphone apps. Life was never the same after 4G, and our phones got seriously smart. And now, we have 5G, which has been rolling out since 2019. With even faster data speeds, reduced latency, and the ability to connect millions of devices simultaneously, 5G is transforming the way we live, work, and play. Alright, you guys, buckle up because we're about to dive into the world of 6G. The super futuristic wireless technology that's going to change everything. So, what's the deal with 6G, you ask? 6G is going to be the sixth generation of wireless technology, and it's going to make 5G look like a snail in comparison. I mean, seriously, we're talking about speeds that are 100 times faster than 5G, which is already super quick. Just imagine downloading an entire HD movie in, a split second. Mind-blowing, right? 6G is going to revolutionize the way we communicate and interact with our environment. It's going to make the Internet of Things, IoT, even more connected and responsive, enabling smart cities, self-driving cars, and crazy advanced robotics. How cool is that? So, as you can see, 6G is going to be a massive leap forward in wireless technology, and it's going to open up a whole new world of possibilities. It might sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but trust me, it's coming, and it's going to be absolutely epic. Alright, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of 6G and see what makes it so rad. First, let's define 6G. Like I said before, 6G stands for the sixth generation of wireless technology. It's the next step up from 5G and it's going to take our digital lives to a whole new level. Now, let's talk about some key features of 6G. 1. Insane speeds. I mentioned this earlier, but seriously, the speeds we're talking about with 6G are mind-blowing. We're looking at data transfer rates of up to 1 terabit per second. That's like 100 times faster than 5G, you guys. 2. Super low latency. With 6G, we're looking at super low latency, which means the time it takes for data to be sent and received is going to be crazy fast. This is crucial for things like autonomous vehicles and real-time remote medical procedures. 3. Enhanced connectivity. 6G is going to make it easier for all sorts of devices to connect and communicate with each other. We're talking about not just your smartphone, but like every little gadget you can think of. Now let's look at the differences between 5G and 6G. While 5G is already a huge step up from 4G, 6G is going to be on a whole other level. Like I said, it's going to be way faster, have lower latency, and offer better connectivity. But it's not just about the technical specs. 6G is going to enable a whole new range of applications and innovations that we can't even fully imagine yet. While 5G has already brought us things like augmented reality and virtual reality experiences, 6G is going to push the boundaries even more, enabling things like holographic communication and even more immersive VR experiences. So, what does all of this mean for different industries? Well, let me tell you, it's going to be a game changer. Like, in healthcare, 6G could make remote surgeries a reality, with doctors being able to perform procedures from halfway around the world. And in transportation, we could see fully autonomous vehicles zipping around, thanks to the super fast data transfer and low latency of 6G. Even the entertainment industry is going to be revolutionized, with virtual reality concerts and events becoming more immersive and realistic than ever. Basically, 6G is going to touch every aspect of our lives, and it's going to make the world feel smaller and more connected. Alright, so let's dive into some of the craziest technologies that 6G is going to bring to the table. 1. Terahertz communication. This stuff is like something from the future, and it's going to make our wireless world even more incredible than it is now. So, let's break it down and see what this terahertz thing is all about. Terahertz communication is all about using super high frequency bands that are way higher than what we're used to. We're talking about frequencies in the terahertz range, which is like 1,000,000,000 hertz. Yeah, you heard that right, 1,000,000,000,000. So, why is terahertz communication such a big deal? Well, with these ultra-high frequencies, we're going to be able to transmit data at speeds that we've never seen before. This is going to open up a whole new world of possibilities for things like streaming, gaming, and virtual reality experiences. But it's not just about speed. Terahertz communication is also going to give us way more capacity. That means we'll be able to handle way more devices and users at once, without things getting all slow and congested. This is going to be super important as more and more people start using wireless devices and our networks get busier and busier. Now, let's talk about another game-changing technology that 6G is going to bring into our lives: artificial intelligence, or AI, integration. When we talk about AI integration, we're talking about making our wireless network super smart by incorporating AI technologies. This means that our networks will be able to learn, adapt, and make decisions on their own, which is going to make them way more efficient and powerful. One of the most amazing things that AI integration will bring to 6G is the ability to optimize network performance in real time. The AI will be able to analyze tons of data about how the network is being used and make instant adjustments to things like frequency allocation and resource management. This is going to make our networks way more reliable and help to reduce issues like dropped calls and slow connections. Another awesome benefit of AI integration in 6G is that it's going to make our networks way more secure. The AI will be able to monitor the network for any signs of suspicious activity or potential threats and take action to protect our data and privacy. This is going to be super important as our wireless world becomes more and more connected, and we rely on our networks for things like banking, shopping, and even controlling our homes. Alright guys, it's time to talk about something that seriously sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie: holographic communication. Can you imagine how rad it's going to be when we can send holograms to our friends and family just like we send text messages today? Holographic communication is all about transmitting three-dimensional images in real time, so it's like you're actually there with the person you're talking to. This is going to totally change the way we communicate and interact with each other, making it way more immersive and personal than ever before. Just think about how epic your FaceTime calls are going to be when you can send holograms instead of just video. So, how is 6G going to make holographic communication possible? Well, it all comes down to the massive amounts of data that need to be transmitted for a hologram to work. Holographic communication requires crazy fast speeds and super low latency to send all that data without any lag or buffering. And that's where 6G comes in with its next-level performance capabilities, like terahertz communication and advanced network architecture. One of the coolest things about holographic communication is that it's not just going to be limited to our smartphones or tablets. Imagine walking down the street and seeing holographic advertisements or using holographic navigation to find your way around a new city. And in the world of gaming, holographic communication is going to open up a whole new dimension of immersive experiences that will totally blow our minds. Alright, now let's talk about something that's going to make our world even more connected and intelligent than ever before: ubiquitous wireless sensing. Sounds like a mouthful, right? Don't worry, we'll break it down and show you how this awesome 6G technology is going to change the way we interact with the world around us. In simple terms, it's all about using wireless networks to gather data from our environment, like temperature, humidity, or even detecting objects and people around us. It's kind of like having a super smart network of sensors all around us, constantly monitoring and analyzing what's happening in the world. Imagine walking into a room, and the temperature and lighting instantly adjust to your preferences, just because the network of sensors detected your presence. Or how about your smartwatch detecting that you're feeling stressed and automatically playing your favorite calming music to help you relax? That's the power of ubiquitous wireless sensing. Ubiquitous wireless sensing isn't just about making our lives more comfortable and convenient, though. It's also going to have a huge impact on things like public safety and environmental monitoring. For example, a network of sensors could detect an earthquake or a wildfire in its early stages, giving people more time to evacuate and potentially saving lives. Now, let's dive into another mind-blowing aspect of 6G that's going to revolutionize the way we connect and communicate: advanced network architecture. So, to understand what's so cool about 6G's advanced network architecture, we first need to know a bit about how our current networks are set up. Right now, our wireless networks are built on what's called a centralized architecture. This means that all the data and processing power is concentrated in a few big data centers, which can sometimes create bottlenecks and slow down our connection speeds. But here's where 6G comes in to save the day. Instead of having this centralized approach, 6G is going to introduce a more decentralized network architecture. Well, it's all about spreading the data processing and storage across multiple smaller nodes, making the network way more efficient and lightning fast. Sounds pretty rad, huh? One of the coolest things about 6G's advanced network architecture is how it's going to use something called edge computing. With edge computing, data processing happens closer to where the data is actually being generated, like on your smartphone or smartwatch. This means that your devices can process data way faster, giving you an ultra-responsive and super smooth user experience. But wait, there's more. 6G's advanced network architecture is also going to use advanced technologies like network slicing and virtualization. These fancy-sounding terms basically mean that 6G networks can be customized and optimized for different users and applications. For example, a self-driving car might need a super fast and ultra-reliable connection, while a smart home security system might need a more energy-efficient connection. With 6G, these different devices can all have their perfect network setup, making our wireless world even more efficient and versatile. Now that we've explored the mind-blowing advanced technologies in 6G, you might be wondering, okay, cool, but how is this going to change my life? Well, get ready, because I'm about to show you some real-world applications of 6G. First up, let's talk about smart cities and infrastructure. Imagine a world where everything is connected, from traffic lights to garbage bins and everything in between. With 6G, smart cities will become a reality, using sensors and AI to optimize energy use, reduce pollution, and make our lives way more convenient. Like, how awesome would it be to have a parking spot reserved just for you as soon as you enter a busy parking lot? Next, let's discuss healthcare and telemedicine. 6G's lightning-fast speeds and super low latency will make remote healthcare a breeze. Think about it. Doctors will be able to perform surgeries using robots from thousands of miles away, and we'll all have access to top-notch healthcare, no matter where we live. Plus, wearable devices will monitor our health 24/7, helping us stay healthy and catch problems early. Now, let's move on to augmented and virtual reality experiences. With 6G, AR and VR are going to become so much more immersive and realistic. Imagine walking through a virtual art gallery with your friends, or learning history by actually exploring ancient Rome. With holographic communication, we'll even be able to have face-to-face chats with our loved ones, even when we're miles apart. Alright, now let's discuss autonomous transportation. 6G will play a huge role in making self-driving cars, drones, and even flying taxis a reality. Thanks to the ultra-fast communication and advanced sensing technologies in 6G, these vehicles will be able to navigate our cities safely and efficiently. Lastly, let's talk about environmental monitoring and disaster management. With 6G, we'll be able to monitor our environment in real time, helping us to better understand and tackle climate change. Plus, 6G will enable more accurate and timely disaster predictions, so we can respond to emergencies like wildfires, earthquakes, and floods way more effectively. As hyped as we are about 6G, it's essential to remember that every cool new tech has its challenges and concerns. First up is infrastructure development and deployment. 6G will require a whole new network infrastructure, including tons of tiny antennas and advanced satellite systems. We're talking about a massive project here, peeps. Plus, there's the cost factor. All that cutting-edge tech ain't cheap, so we'll need some serious investment to make 6G a reality. Next on the list is energy consumption and sustainability. With great power comes, well, great power usage. All those high-speed connections and advanced tech will need a lot of energy to run. So, we'll have to come up with innovative solutions to minimize energy consumption and make 6G more eco-friendly. Now let's talk about security and privacy issues. As we connect more and more devices to the network, there's always the risk of cyber attacks and data breaches. So, we'll have to develop super secure systems to protect our data and privacy. Moving on to global standardization and collaboration. For 6G to work its magic, we'll need a global effort to set standards and ensure seamless communication between countries. So, governments, tech companies, and researchers will have to join forces to make 6G a worldwide success. Lastly, let's discuss societal implications and the digital divide. While 6G will undoubtedly revolutionize our lives, we need to make sure everyone has access to this incredible tech. We don't want to create an even bigger digital divide between the haves and the have-nots. Alright y'all, you must be wondering, like, how far are we from making 6G a reality, right? First things first, 6G is still in the research and development stage. That means all those brainy scientists and engineers are exploring rad new tech and ideas to make 6G possible. Some of these include extreme wireless. We're talking super high frequencies and massive antenna arrays to achieve ultra-high data rates and low latency. Trustworthy systems. We gotta make sure 6G networks and services are secure, private, and reliable. Cognitive network. AI and machine learning will help optimize network performance and user experience. These are just a few areas researchers worldwide are investigating. So, when can we expect to see 6G networks in action? Some experts say around 2030 is a pretty reasonable timeframe for the first 6G networks to pop up. Governments, industries, and academia are teaming up to shape the vision and roadmap for 6G. They're also investing in research and innovation projects to advance 6G technologies. For example, in the US, the National Science Foundation launched a program called Beyond 5G, B5G, to support research on wireless systems beyond 5G. This program also encourages partnerships between academia, industry, and government agencies to speed up the development and deployment of B5G, 6G solutions. Another cool example is Ericsson, a major player in wireless tech. They published a white paper on their 6G vision, covering key drivers, challenges, and opportunities for 6G. Ericsson's also involved in several 6G research and collaboration projects, like Hexa-X, Europe's flagship project on 6G. These initiatives are just a few of the many happening worldwide, with different peeps and perspectives working together. Okay, friends, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the ultra-futuristic world of 6G. We've talked about some seriously cool stuff, like the differences between 5G and 6G, advanced tech like Terahertz communication, AI integration, and holographic communication, as well as the potential real-world applications of 6G in smart cities, healthcare, and more. But, of course, we also covered the challenges and concerns we need to address before we can bring this wild dream to life. Now it's your turn. We want to hear your thoughts on 6G. Are you hyped for it, or do you have concerns we didn't cover? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get a conversation going. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our Tech Guild channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future vids. We've got tons more amazing content coming your way, and we can't wait to share it with you. Thanks for hanging out with us, and happy gaming. Catch you in the next one, fam.